What if I told you that true success, the kind that matters, not the fleeting kind praised by the world, is something you can begin to build today, right now, with just one simple habit, not a secret formula? Not an overnight success, but a habit so simple, yet so profound, that it shapes everything you will ever become. This habit is not a matter of skill, talent, or privilege. It's about the condition of your heart, your integrity, your commitment to something greater than self. I don't stand before you today to offer a motivational speech filled with empty promises or worldly schemes. No, I am here to speak of something much deeper, something that has the power to change your destiny. A truth that, when embraced, will cost you your comfort, your laziness, your excuses. If you truly want to experience success, it begins with this: a daily, consistent, unrelenting commitment to that which is most important, the pursuit of character, discipline, and purpose. What I'm about to share is not for the faint of heart. It's for those who are willing to face themselves, confront the truth, and rise each day with determination. So I ask you, are you ready to take that first step? To embrace the truth that will not just change your future, but transform who you are at the core of your being. If you are, then stay with me. This journey begins now. Success. It's a word we hear all the time. We chase it, we dream about it, we define it in so many ways. For some, success means money, recognition, a high position in life. For others, it might be the applause of the crowd, the admiration of peers, or the comfort of a life lived without struggle. But let me ask you this: what if we've been chasing the wrong kind of success all along? What if the true measure of success has nothing to do with how many people notice you, how much wealth you accumulate, or how many followers you have on social media? What if real success is something far deeper, far more enduring, something that is birthed in the secret places of your heart, in moments of silence far from the spotlight? You see, the kind of success I'm speaking of today is not the success the world advertises. The world will tell you that success is found in fame, in fortune, in comfort. But none of that, none of it, will bring you the fulfillment you long for. It might give you temporary satisfaction. It might even feel good for a time, but it will leave you empty and hollow in the end. Real success is not about how many people know your name. It's not about what you've achieved or how far you've risen. True success is about your character. It's about how you live when no one's watching. It's about integrity. It's about whether or not your actions align with your values, whether or not you stay true to what is right, even when the world offers you an easier path. Listen, there's a danger in chasing the wrong kind of success, and we've all seen it. We've all known people who seem to have it all: money, power, fame, and yet they're miserable, they're empty. Why is that? Because what they've been chasing was never real success to begin with. True success is not found in what you achieve for yourself, but in what you contribute to the world, in the legacy you leave behind. It's about the mark you leave on others, the difference you make, not in their opinion of you, but in how you shape their lives for the better. And it begins with something simple, a commitment to character. Success, real success, starts with the way you choose to live, day by day, moment by moment. It starts in the quiet decisions that no one else sees. It starts with the choice to get up early when the world is still asleep, to work diligently even when there's no immediate reward. It's about choosing honesty when lying would be easier, choosing discipline when laziness calls your name, choosing to love and serve others when you feel like being selfish. These are the habits that form the foundation of real success. But too often we get distracted. We look at the world around us and we think success is measured by how much we've accumulated, how far we've advanced, how much people know our name. We start comparing ourselves to others, and we begin to believe the lie that success is something external, something tangible, something that can be measured by worldly standards. But I'm here to tell you that the greatest measure of success has nothing to do with what you own, where you live, or how many people admire you. True success is about the person you become in the process. It's about the character you build in the quiet moments, when no one is looking. You may not see it now, but the choices you make today will shape who you are tomorrow. The simple daily habits you cultivate, Habits of discipline, integrity, kindness, humility are the things that form your character, and your character is what defines true success. It's not about what the world says you've achieved. It's about whether or not you've lived with integrity, whether you've been faithful to what is right, even when it costs you. It's about whether you've chosen to live a life of purpose and meaning, or whether you've wasted it on the fleeting pleasures that come with chasing fame or wealth. Now, I know that this kind of success doesn't come easy. It's not something that happens overnight. It's a lifelong journey, one that requires hard work, sacrifice, and commitment. But the beauty of it is this: you don't need to wait for the world's approval, and you don't need to look to anyone else for validation. True success is about being faithful in the small things, about choosing to do what is right, even when no one notices. It's about building a life of integrity and honor day by day, decision by decision. And so, let me challenge you today: forget about what the world says is success. Stop measuring yourself by the fleeting standards of wealth, fame, and comfort. Real success is found in your character, in your ability to stand firm when the winds of life are against you, in your willingness to do what's right when no one is watching. It begins with the simple, daily habit of living with integrity, of being faithful in the small things, of choosing discipline over comfort and purpose over pleasure. So let this be the standard you measure yourself by. Forget the world's metrics of success. Look at your heart, look at your character. And ask yourself this: are you becoming the kind of person who can stand before the world without shame, knowing that your success is measured by the depth of your character, by your commitment to what is right, by the legacy you are leaving behind? If you want true success, that's where it begins, and it begins today with the simple habit of living with integrity every single day. There is something deeply profound about the simplicity of a habit. We often think success must come in grand gestures, in moments of brilliance or massive breakthroughs. We look for the extraordinary, the game-changing revelation that will suddenly transform everything. But the truth is, success doesn't start with the extraordinary. It begins with the simple, the ordinary, the daily habits that shape our character, our work, and our purpose. Success is not found in the big event, the once in a lifetime opportunity, or the rare, defining moment. No, true success begins with the small things, those seemingly insignificant, routine choices we make every single day. It's in the quiet moments of reflection, the commitment to something greater than ourselves, the willingness to die to our comforts, our distractions, our laziness. Success begins with one simple daily habit that, when practiced consistently, shapes the trajectory of our lives. You see, we live in a world obsessed with results, with outcomes, with visible achievement. We want to see progress, to feel the excitement of moving forward. But in reality, the most lasting success is built not on the thrill of progress, but on the discipline of daily commitment. You cannot expect to wake up one day and find that you've achieved greatness if you have not been faithful in the small, ordinary tasks of every single day. It's not about the moments that everyone sees, it's about the ones that no one else notices, the work that is done in secret, the decisions that are made when there's no applause, no recognition. It is those moments that build the foundation for true success. Think about it for a moment. How many people have you seen who appear to be constantly chasing after the next big thing, the next breakthrough, the next promotion, or the next accolade? How many times have we ourselves fallen into that trap, looking for the shortcut to success, the easy way to reach the top? We want to skip the struggle, skip the grind, skip the waiting. We think that if we just find the right strategy, the right formula, or the right network, everything will change. But the truth is far more humbling. Success does not come in shortcuts or grand gestures. It comes in the daily habit of doing what is necessary, what is right, what is faithful, even when no one is watching. Think about the athletes who train tirelessly every day. They don't wait for the big game to show up and suddenly perform at their peak. No, they put in the hours when no one is cheering them on, when no one is recording their every move. They practice, they repeat, they refine. It's in the discipline of the everyday that greatness is forged. The same is true in every other area of life. If you want to build a successful business, you don't get there by waiting for a miracle. You get there by showing up every day, doing the hard work, putting in the effort, even when you don't see the immediate results. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's not something that just falls into your lap one day. It's not something that you stumble upon in a moment of chance. No, success is the byproduct of faithful daily habits that, over time, create the life you desire. You can't expect to have a life of purpose, of meaning, of significance, if you're not willing to be faithful in the small things. Every choice, every action, every decision you make adds up. They may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, those small, simple decisions shape the course of your life. It's in the daily habit of choosing discipline over convenience, purpose over comfort, and faithfulness over ease that success is born. You cannot separate the result from the process. You cannot have a successful life without a successful process. And that process starts with the simple daily habit of making the right choices, of staying committed to the things that matter, even when they seem mundane, even when they feel tedious. And here's the thing, no one else may notice the small sacrifices, the quiet efforts, the moments when you choose integrity over expedience, when you choose work over procrastination, but you will know. You will know that you have built your life on something solid, something real. And when the world looks at you and wonders how you got where you are, they won't see the years of effort that went into making you who you are. They'll only see the result, but let me tell you this, the result is not the story. The story is in the daily habit of staying committed, even when it feels like no one cares, even when the world tells you to give up. So why is this daily habit so powerful? Because it builds something inside you that can't be faked, something that can't be bought, something that can't be easily taken away. It builds character. It builds endurance. It builds integrity. When you commit to the simple habit of doing what is right day after day, you begin to form a character that cannot be shaken. You begin to develop a strength that goes beyond mere talent, beyond skill, beyond ability. It's a strength that is forged in the quiet moments of discipline, in the choice to do what is hard, what is right, when no one is watching. This is the essence of success. It's not found in what you accomplish in a single moment, but in how you live day in and day out, in the simple habit of choosing discipline, of choosing purpose, of choosing integrity, no matter how small the action may seem. That's where true success begins, and that's the foundation that will carry you through the challenges, the setbacks, and the struggles you'll inevitably face along the way. So don't underestimate the power of the simple daily habit. It is the foundation of everything you will become. It is the key to unlocking true success. We live in a world obsessed with what others can see. We live in a culture that measures success by the size of your paycheck, the car you drive, the house you live in, and the number of people who recognize your name. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that success is something visible, something that everyone can admire, something that makes you stand out. But let me tell you something, true success doesn't begin in the spotlight. It begins in the shadows, in the places no one notices, in the decisions you make when you think no one is watching. It begins in the unseen, because it's in the unseen where true character is formed. Every day you make countless decisions, decisions that no one else may ever know about. You decide whether to get up on time, whether to put in the effort when no one is watching, whether to speak truth when a lie would be easier. You choose how to treat people when they can't do anything for you, when no one's there to see you be kind or generous or honest. It's those moments, the small, seemingly insignificant moments, that define who you truly are. And it's in those moments that you either build a life of integrity or you start to drift towards self-deception. The world tells us that success is about what we achieve publicly, the awards, the recognition, the applause. But the truth is, What you do in private, when no one is watching, is what defines who you are. It's in those moments of solitude, in those quiet spaces, that your true character is formed. It's in those unseen moments that success begins. You see, your life is not shaped by the things you do when everyone is looking. It's shaped by the things you do when no one else is paying attention. Consider the person who is faithful in their work, even when no one is there to see. They get up early, they do the work that needs to be done, they make the hard decisions, they refuse to take short cuts even though no one is there to pat them on the back, no one is there to cheer them on. They're not doing it for recognition, they're doing it because it's who they are. It's in those moments that success is built, not in the moment of recognition, but in the quiet faithfulness of doing what's right, even when no one notices. This is where true greatness is formed, in the decisions you make when no one is looking. It's in the unseen, the unnoticed that success begins. You can fake it for a while, you can put on a show for others. You can go through the motions of success, doing the things that others expect of you, saying the right words, making the right moves, but it will only take you so far. Eventually the truth will catch up with you. The cracks in your character will begin to show. The decisions you've made in secret will eventually surface. But if you build a life of integrity in the unseen moments, if you remain faithful when no one is watching, if you choose to do what is right because it's right, regardless of the consequences, you will become the person who can stand in the light, who can stand in the public eye without fear, without shame, knowing that your success is not based on what others see, but on who you are in the quiet moments of your life. The simple truth is this: what you do when no one is watching shapes everything. Your character is built in the unseen. The decisions you make when no one is around are the ones that will determine the course of your life. You can't fake that. You can't pretend to be something you're not. Sooner or later, the truth will come to light, and if your success is built on what you do in secret, if it's built on faithfulness, on doing what's right even when no one else notices, then you will have a success that stands the test of time. It's easy to get distracted by what others think of you. It's easy to let the opinions of others shape the choices you make. We live in a world that constantly demands our attention, constantly tells us to measure ourselves by the approval of others, by what others think we should be doing. But if you want to build a life that matters, a life that is truly successful, you have to learn to stop measuring yourself by the world's standards. You have to stop chasing after what others think success looks like, and start measuring your life by what you do in the quiet, in the unseen. Let me ask you this: when you wake up in the morning, when you face the day, are you living for the applause of others, or are you living for something greater? Are you living for what is right, for what is true, even when there's no one there to see it? Are you making the choice to be faithful, to do the hard work, to stay true to your values, even when it costs you? If you are, then you are building success in the unseen. You are building a life that will stand, a life that will matter. So don't be deceived by what you see on the outside. Don't buy into the lie that success is about what others see, about what you can show them. The true measure of success is not what you achieve when the world is watching. It's what you do when the world isn't looking. It's what you do in the quiet moments of your life, when the only person who knows what's happening is you. That's where success begins. That's where real greatness is built. It starts with who you are in the unseen, the secret places where your character is forged, where your faithfulness is tested, where your integrity is proven, and from there the rest will follow. You cannot borrow greatness. You cannot fake consistency. You can't get to the top by simply hanging on to someone else's coat-tails or by riding the coattails of others' achievements. That might work for a while, but eventually you will run out of borrowed momentum. And what happens when the applause fades? What happens when the crowd moves on to the next thing, and you're left with nothing but the echo of past achievements? Here's the reality. If you want to achieve lasting success, it must be built on your own foundation. You can't coast on the backs of others. Greatness isn't something you stumble upon. It's something that's earned, built, forged through the consistent daily effort of doing what needs to be done. even when no one is watching. Success doesn't come from shortcuts. It doesn't come from trying to outsmart the system or from seeking fame and fortune without putting in the work. No, it comes from the unglamorous, unsung hours of doing the right thing over and over again, long after the initial excitement has worn off, when the novelty has faded, and when you're left with nothing but your determination and your commitment to your purpose. Consistency is everything, and this is where so many people falter. They begin strong with enthusiasm and passion, and then life gets hard. The road becomes steeper, the obstacles seem greater, and the initial thrill wears off. And that's when most people give up. They quit because the excitement has faded. They quit because they no longer see the immediate results. They quit because it's not glamorous anymore. But here's the truth: success is built in those moments of struggle. It's built in the hours that no one sees, in the decisions that no one notices. It's built in the moments when you feel like quitting but push through anyway. It's built in the consistent, everyday effort to keep going when everything inside of you is screaming for rest, for ease, for a break. But true greatness doesn't come from taking breaks when you're tired. It comes from keeping at it when you're exhausted, when it feels like you're not making progress, when it seems like you're not getting anywhere. It's in that struggle, in that fight, where success is truly forged, and you can't fake it. You can't manufacture it. You can't pretend to be consistent. You either are or you're not. The people who truly achieve success are the ones who are consistent, who show up every day, who do the work even when it doesn't feel good. They don't rely on bursts of energy or moments of inspiration. They rely on their commitment to doing the right thing, even when they don't feel like it. They don't wait for motivation to strike them like a bolt of lightning. They get up and do what needs to be done, even when they don't feel like doing it. This is what separates those who succeed from those who fail. The ones who succeed are the ones who keep going even when the road is long and hard. They are the ones who don't look for shortcuts, who don't look for ways to bypass the work that needs to be done. They understand that success is the result of consistent, sustained effort over time. They understand that true greatness is built over years of faithful, small decisions. Decisions to do the right thing, to push through the hard times, to refuse to quit when the going gets tough. In contrast, those who don't succeed are the ones who give up. They're the ones who chase the latest quick fix, the new shortcut, the new trend. They don't want to put in the work, the grind, the daily effort required to build something that will last. They want to bypass the struggle, the hardship, and get straight to the reward, but life doesn't work that way. You can't get to the top by taking the easy way out. You have to put in the time, the effort, the sweat. And the longer you persist, the more you push through the difficulties, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling anything that comes your way, the greater the success you will achieve. But let me be clear, this is not an easy road. It's not a glamorous road. It's not a road filled with instant results or immediate rewards. It's a long, often lonely road where you're doing the work day after day, and it feels like no one notices, no one cares. But that's the test. That's where the real battle takes place. It's in the quiet, unseen work that you prove your commitment, that you prove your resolve, and it's in those moments, when no one is cheering you on, that you build the foundation for lasting success. When you're building something great, when you're creating something that will stand the test of time, you can't afford to look for shortcuts. You can't afford to try to take the easy way out. Every decision matters. Every moment counts. Every action you take, no matter how small, either contributes to the work you're doing or detracts from it. And when you consistently choose to do the right thing, to keep going even when it's hard, even when it doesn't feel good, even when it seems like no progress is being made, you are laying the bricks that will build your success. It's not an immediate payoff, it's not a quick fix, it's a lifetime of effort, of consistency, of doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. In the end, the truth is simple: you can't fake consistency. You can't fake the work that needs to be done, you can't borrow someone else's success, and you can't cheat your way to greatness. If you want to be successful, you have to show up every day. You have to put in the effort, even when it feels like no one is watching. You have to stay committed to the process, no matter how difficult it gets. Success is built on a foundation of consistent, faithful effort, and that effort, that commitment, is what will carry you to the top. There's no substitute for it. There's no shortcut. The only way to succeed is to keep going day after day, doing the work, staying faithful to the process, and trusting that the results will follow. When we talk about success, there is a critical truth that we cannot overlook. The journey towards success is not a linear path. It's not always a smooth road, free of obstacles, free of challenges. In fact, the path is often filled with hurdles, detours, and obstacles that seem insurmountable. The truth is, success is shaped by perseverance, by the ability to push through the storms, to rise above the setbacks, and to keep moving forward when every part of you wants to quit. There's an old saying that goes, success is not the absence of failure, but the willingness to keep going despite it. And that's the essence of perseverance. You see, it's easy to stay motivated when things are going well, when everything is flowing smoothly and the results come quickly. But what happens when the road gets tough? What happens when the challenges mount up, when the setbacks feel overwhelming, when it seems like everything you're working for is falling apart? That's when perseverance truly matters. Success is built not on the moments of victory, but on the moments of struggle. It's in those times when failure seems certain, when doubt creeps in, that perseverance is tested and true character is forged. The question is, what do you do in those moments? Do you give up or do you push through? Do you let the obstacles define your journey, or do you decide that you will rise above them? It is in these moments, these trials, that the foundation for success is truly laid. Think about it. When you look at successful people, do you think they achieved greatness without struggle? Do you think they never faced disappointment, never encountered failure, never had to battle through moments of uncertainty? Absolutely not. The difference between those who succeed and those who fall short is their ability to persevere, to keep going, even when the going gets tough. I'm sure you've heard stories of people who failed, who were rejected, who were told that they weren't good enough, that they weren't capable, but instead of quitting, they kept going. They took the rejection, the failure, the disappointment, and used it as fuel to drive them forward. They understood that failure wasn't the end. It was just a part of the process. And because of that, they succeeded. They didn't let the obstacles stop them. They didn't let the setbacks define them. They learned from them, grew stronger because of them, and pushed forward. Success is not for the faint of heart. It's not for those who expect everything to be handed to them on a silver platter. It's for those who are willing to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear, even when it's difficult, even when it seems like the world is working against them. It's for those who refuse to let their circumstances determine their future. Perseverance means not allowing temporary setbacks to derail your dreams. It means looking failure in the face and saying, "You will not defeat me." The truth is, no one is immune to setbacks. We all face challenges. We all experience moments of doubt. We all encounter situations where things don't go as planned, where our best efforts seem to yield nothing. But the key to success is how you respond in those moments. Will you let those moments break you, or will you allow them to shape you, to strengthen you, and to propel you forward? Perseverance is the difference between giving up and pushing through. It's the choice to keep going when everything in you says to stop. Perseverance isn't just about continuing to work hard when things are difficult. It's about maintaining a vision, a sense of purpose, even when the odds are stacked against you. It's about keeping your eyes fixed on the goal, even when the journey becomes uncertain. It's about believing in your potential, even when others doubt you, even when the road ahead seems unclear. It's about standing firm in your commitment to your dreams, knowing that if you just keep moving forward, the results will come. It might not happen today or tomorrow, but if you stay true to your purpose, if you keep persevering, success will come. This is why perseverance is so essential. It builds character. It shapes the kind of person you become in the process. When you persevere, you learn resilience. You learn that you can face the hard times, the disappointments, and the failures, and still come out on the other side stronger. You learn to trust yourself, to trust the process, and to trust that no matter how difficult the road may be, you have the strength to walk it. You become someone who doesn't back down from challenges, someone who faces adversity head on and emerges victorious because of it. But perseverance is not just about pushing through for the sake of pushing through. It's about understanding that the road may be long and the journey may be hard, but that doesn't mean it's not worth it. Every moment of struggle is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to evolve. Every setback is a lesson, a chance to build resilience and wisdom, and with each step forward, no matter how small, you move closer to your goal. There will be days when you want to quit, when you feel like you can't go on, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, but those are the days that matter most. Those are the days that define who you are. Because success isn't just about what you achieve when things are going well, it's about what you achieve when things are tough. It's about what you achieve when you refuse to give up, when you refuse to let the setbacks define your future. So, I ask you this, when the inevitable challenges come your way, and they will you quit, or will you push through? Will you allow the struggles to stop you, or will you rise above them and keep moving forward? Success is not for those who quit when the going gets tough. It's for those who persevere, who keep going no matter what. And in the end, it's that perseverance, that unwavering commitment to the journey, that leads to lasting success. There's one last truth that's essential if we want to truly understand the foundation of success. It's not enough to just work hard, to be consistent, to push through adversity. It's not even enough to have great goals, to strive toward them, to stay determined. Success requires a deep, unshakable understanding of the purpose behind it all. Why are you doing what you're doing? What drives you to get up each morning and push through another day of work, of struggle, of setbacks? Purpose is the compass that guides every decision, every action, every move you make. Without purpose, all the hard work, the perseverance, and the consistency are like a ship sailing without a rudder. It might be moving, but it's drifting aimlessly, without direction, without a sense of destination. And let me tell you, you don't want to live your life that way. You don't want to wake up one day and realize you've spent years chasing after something that never truly mattered to you. You don't want to find yourself in a place where success feels hollow, where you've worked tirelessly toward a goal that didn't fulfill the deeper needs of your soul. Purpose gives your life meaning. It fuels your efforts when things are tough. It reminds you why you're pushing through, why you're staying faithful in those unseen moments, why you're working consistently, even when the results aren't immediate. When life gets hard, and when the road feels like it's getting longer and harder to travel, purpose is the thing that keeps you grounded. It's the thing that keeps you going when everything else is falling apart. Because if you know why you're doing something, if you know what it's all for, then you can face anything. Think about the people who have accomplished great things in history. Think about the individuals who achieved extraordinary success, who changed the world in some way. What set them apart? What made them different from the countless others who tried and failed? It wasn't just talent, it wasn't just luck, and it certainly wasn't just their circumstances. What set them apart was their unwavering sense of purpose. They had a deep conviction, a reason that went beyond personal gain or external recognition. They were driven by something bigger than themselves. That purpose, that belief in something greater, pushed them through the toughest of times. It propelled them forward when others would have given up, and it's that same sense of purpose that can drive us. Purpose is not something you can just fabricate, not something you can simply wish into existence. It's born from deep reflection, from a deep understanding of who you are, what you value, and what you want to accomplish in life. It's not something you find by looking outwardly, by trying to meet other people's expectations, or by chasing after what society says success should look like. No, purpose is something that's discovered within. It comes when you stop and ask yourself the hard questions. What do I truly care about? What do I want my life to stand for? What kind of impact do I want to make? What is my ultimate reason for doing what I do? When you find that, when you discover your purpose, you find the fuel that will keep you going, no matter what. Having purpose is like having a map for your life. It helps you navigate the twists and turns, the uncertainties, the challenges. It gives you something to focus on when everything else seems chaotic. When your days feel mundane, when your efforts don't seem to be yielding results, purpose is what reminds you that every step, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. It gives you patience when the results don't come as quickly as you want them to. It helps you to see beyond the immediate struggles and reminds you that every bit of effort is a part of a larger picture. That larger picture is your purpose, and it's worth every sacrifice, every hard day, and every challenge along the way. But let's be clear, purpose is not just about personal satisfaction. It's not just about building your own dream or achieving your own success. Purpose is about making a difference, about serving others, about contributing to something greater than yourself. The most successful people are not the ones who focus solely on their own gain, but the ones who find purpose in serving others, in making the world a better place. When your purpose is rooted in something bigger than yourself, whether that's helping others, making a positive impact, or leaving a legacy, then your success becomes something far greater than mere achievement. It becomes fulfillment. You see, success is not just about what you accomplish, it's about why you're accomplishing it. If you're pursuing success just for the sake of personal glory, just to fill your own pockets or to earn admiration from others, then it's a fleeting success. It won't last and it won't satisfy, but when your purpose is aligned with something greater, when your success is rooted in making a meaningful difference, that success is unshakable, it's lasting, it's fulfilling. It has depth because it's about more than just the outcome, it's about the journey and the impact you make along the way. So, I ask you to reflect on your own life. What is your purpose? What drives you? What is the reason you wake up every day, ready to face the challenges, the obstacles, and the struggles? Is it to achieve something for yourself, or is it to make a difference in the lives of others? Is it to build something that will leave a lasting impact, or is it to chase after fleeting success? If you haven't discovered your purpose yet, then I challenge you to take the time to reflect, to dig deep, and find that reason that drives you. Because once you find it, once you understand your purpose, everything else will fall into place. You will have the strength to keep going when things get hard. You will have the clarity to make the right decisions. And most importantly, you will have the fulfillment that comes from knowing that your success means more than just what you've achieved. It means the difference you've made in the world around you. Purpose is the key that unlocks the full potential of your success. And once you understand it, once you align your actions with your purpose, there is nothing that can stand in your way.